So last time we got the skyline drawn. And I was thinking what to do about this part up here. So I think I'm going to look into dithering. Dithering. Alright, dither tutorial. Yeah, something like this. Pico chalk. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Sweet, yes, lots of dithering. Okay, how do they do that? Okay, for you, dither. Draw gradient. Okay, that looks awesome. The coding is full pattern and the ability to include fill in color number. Okay. Alright, let's try this out. This code works, okay. Alright, so let's try this out. Alright, draw skyline. So at some point, you don't draw the skyline, we draw something above the skyline. Let's see, draw this thing right here. I think this is where we fill it up. So over here, we'll draw gradient. And then the two colors are going to be 1 and 0. 1 and 0. Try that out first. And then we'll go up over here. Draw skyline. I don't know why this can't be a local. Local. Oh, Y, color, and then columns. Okay, so which color is it? It's color number columns? All 128, I would imagine. Let's see, what is... What did they say about that? 64 and 5? Oh, Y in columns. But then they're looking for this. Probably gonna have to look at into these numbers then. That's probably how they're doing it over here. Yeah, columns plus to there. Dual color fill stroke required for. I don't know. Probably comment this part out and then paste this in. Okay. All right, and then draw gradient 128. Okay. All right. Well, I'll just see what this looks like when it runs. And then, okay, probably not what we want over here. We probably want this static gradient. And color 1, so it's, there it is, color, draw gradient I7. One 128. Alright, let's comment all this out first. Yeah. There we go, let's try that. All right, a little bit loud. All right. This one right here, there we go. Now I can't hear it at all. There we go. Alright, this one might be loud. There we go. Okay. Just leave this running. Okay, well, that's just no color at all. 1 and 128 draw gradient. Okay, so let's pull this up over here. Like that. Draw a gradient up here. And then the columns. So 128 columns. The Y is going to be BG height. And then I'm not sure what this part does. Alright, let's try this first and then load it in. Yep. Nothing there either. Okay, let's see. So let's comment this section out, and then uncomment all this stuff, and then check this out. 64 to 127 do. Oh, this one is a comment over there. Okay, and then maybe that's what I have to do. Right, I'll check that out, and then I'll try this. All right. That's weird. Technically it's working, but I'm not sure what kind of colors this is. Wow, that's super crazy and glitchy. All right. So that's weird. It's probably this poke thing where we're changing the memory. So how does this gradient actually work? All right, maybe it's in the rectangle fill, because that's what it looks like they're doing. So we could probably write our own a little bit, maybe more of what we want, not necessarily better of theirs. Let's do, the gradient. Hey everybody, 2 viewers. That's like a new, that's a new record over here. At the same time. All right, let's look at draw. There it is, rect fill. Let's see how that's defined. Pico-8 rect fill. There we go. Okay. Column. The color are COL. The color of the rectangle and fill. If omitted, the color from draw state is used. Upper left. Okay, draws a rectangle shape parallel to the screen borders. rectangles centered on a portion. Draw 3 rectangles at random locations and sizes. Okay, because they put it inside of a. That's because they put it inside of a for loop. The color of the rectangle. The color of the draw state is used. Maybe what we want is, well, we might want line. Okay. Color of the rectangles. It also sets the color in the draw state. Okay. It looks like what we want is like a dotted line. I think that's what they achieve with some of this stuff. I don't know if that pattern is what we want necessarily, though. We probably want it like increasing lines, exponentially increasing lines. So every, let's see, we probably want to mod, like do something like a mod 100 and then place a line there. So I'm gonna get rid of this one over here and then just call it draw sky. And then in here we're going to have a line. And the color is going to be 2. And then for this, we're going to for 0, 128. All right, so go through the entire set of numbers, and then so this is x starting point, which is always going to be 0, and then the y starting point is going to change, and then the x ending point is always going to be 128, right, because it's going all the way across the screen. All right, 3. There you go. We got a new. I don't know who it could be. 3 viewers. Never seen that before. Welcome, everyone. Trying to do a gradient. All right, let's see, x, so the y offset. So this is going to be the starting of the y and the ending of the y, which is always going to be 100% the same. So that's probably going to be I. Well, it's not necessarily going to be I, it's going to be some number that's derived from I. So we want them to show up like not for every single I. So we want some type of function that's going to start with nothing and then continue on really high. So how do we do that? We could multiply. Now we can divide it by 2. If we multiply it by 2, we can multiply the number by 2. So if we go from I to 1 to 10, multiplied by 2, then you'll get a line at 2, 4, 8. Yeah, that might be what we want. 2 times 10 is 20, so we want to go up higher than that. We want to go to 128 divided by 2 is 64. Multiply that by 2. I times 2, but we don't want to, we want a different number. So we want to start something out at, we want y, local y equal to 1. And then y multiply equal to 2. Yeah, that's right. And then draw y over there. And okay. And then, all right, we'll take out all of this stuff. Not the poke, not the draw gradient. Not that, and then we'll draw the sky over here. Draw a sky. Yeah, we'll try that first and see what that looks like. All right. Yeah, something like that, except the opposite of that. So we're multiplying by 2. Do we have to divide by 2 maybe? I don't know. It looks like something in the distance. So we probably have to divide by 2. Divide by 2. Oh, hey. Hi. What up? Why are you over here? Why are you over there? Why over here? Why over there? Yeah, tell me why. Ain't nothing but a heartache. Ain't nothing but a mistake. I never want to be that way. I want that way. I don't remember the lyrics off the top of my head. I'd need somebody to start, you know, give me like the chorus line over here. Also, I'd need, like, you know, permission from the copyright holder to oh, there, I don't want to hear you say I want it that way. I don't ever want to hear you say I want it that way. I mean, hey, I would bust out karaoke if that was like a thing that people did over here. I would totally bust out some karaoke right now. Yes, definitely want to bust out some karaoke. I've never done karaoke night. I did karaoke like where you go to the room and sing karaoke with just your friends. I've never done karaoke like on a stage. I would totally do that. That's come up as like a work outing gathering to like to go out, but it was always shot down. I'm not sure why, but you know, but I always voted against it because I'm like, how many people are gonna really like, get something out of karaoke? But that was the last time I did that. You know, I was like, the next time that they have a work outing, you mispronounced yes. Is it yas or yes? Yes or yas. I'm gonna need somebody to pronounce it for me. Yeah, the next time, you know, in a couple of years when we have work outings again and we go out to, you know, karaoke bars where everybody's singing and everything, I'm totally gonna be down for that and sing. All right, draw sky, more flagrant. Yas. Is this like a Viking call, like yarg, yas? Like a Viking call. All right. Draw sky. Not quite. All right. Ah, there we go. So the BG height is going to be the max value over here that you're going to draw up to. BG height. Oh no, wait, but that's it's going to be 64 because that's the that's the Y. X is going to always grow across the top. All right, it's more hold the ahs. Yas. LG. I'll have to get somebody to demonstrate it for me. All right, so yeah, it is going up to the 64, so it is going to go up to the BG height. And it's not going to be divided by, it's going to be multiplied by, but we have to go from BG height to 0. I don't even know if it does this, but we'll try it out. All right, let's load that and then run that. Oh, sweet. Hang on. Awesome. Pause. I gotta listen to this now. Yas. Yas. I think I got it. Let me know how I did. Nothing. Got nothing over there. All right, so for I. Okay, so how does this for loop work in Lua? Lua for loop. Okay, increment. Using step size to increment. Okay, so you got to do a -1 over there. Comma, -1 to go from background height to 0. Not exactly what I want. Multiplied by 2. Unless I have to do this where it's before. So this is color 2. Okay, so the first problem is it has to be color 1. And the second problem is I'm going from high to low, so I have to go from like 128 down to 2. So that's probably it. All right, let's try that. Yeah, something like that, except reversed. Okay, it wants to know what kind of cloud. Is that cumulus or nimbus? Kendall too. Hi, everybody. Wow, everybody's watching now. Okay, awesome. I made this video of me drawing it, and it was me channeling like Bob Ross. Let me share it with you. How do I look at previous videos? How do I look at previous videos? How do I look at previous videos? That's like the I can't. I literally can't edit panels. Maybe I have no idea how to do this. Okay, wait. Well, so it was on Twitter. Just give me 1 second to pull this up. Okay, here we go. Got it. Circle over. All right. Oh, well, that's not going to work. Let's move this over here to screen 5. And then we'll go over here. There we go. All right. Over here. We need a similar circle over here. And then a circle like above it. And then like the top circle over here, which is like the biggest. And then this is really riveting. Fill the rest in. I'm on the edge of my seat over here. Okay, from here to here. There we go. Excellent. Good job, me. Yeah, there we go. It's like I was channeling my inner pico-8 Bob Ross. I think I just looked up a picture of a cloud. I was like, cloud. And then I was like, no, I wasn't like something like that. I was like, maybe like cloud animated or something like that. And I was like, I want something like that. There we go, like that, or something like that. And then that was it. I just needed a generic cloud picture, and then that was the generic cloud, which is right over here. There you go. And then that was it. Generic cloud. Are those clapping hands or potatoes? I can't see from here. But yeah. Anytime. Cumulus or nimbus, right? Okay, so the types of cloud, I can actually go into this. It would be, oh yes, thank you. Thank you. For the clapping. Yes, so cumulus or nimbus. I don't think there's an actual nimbus cloud. I think it's just cumulus, or there's cumulus and cumulonimbus type clouds. I think that's it. Now, rain clouds, I believe, are like only come from a certain type of cloud also. So it doesn't really make sense. What I was going for was now you're not in the, they were more like stratus clouds. Yeah, there you go, stratus. Clouds, right? So now if we look for stratus clouds, we'll find, there we go, this thing. It's like, you know, one of those science textbooks or the social studies textbooks where they had, like, you know, different types of clouds in there, but they were trying to teach you meteorology at the same time. There you go. Yeah, so it would be a cumulus or one of these cumulonimbus, but the bottom of the cumulonimbus looks like rain is the only coming from there. But basically, you're in the upper atmosphere. You're gaining, you know, your water up here, and then you're falling, and then eventually you'll hit these clouds as you're falling down. And then eventually you hit the skyline, which is coming in the background. So you're kind of seeing, as the thing is falling, you're seeing this skyline up here in the background, and then you're gonna eventually hit the foreground over here. I'm pointing to the screen, but nobody can see me pointing to the screen because I'm using the cursor. All right, so 128, and then I'm dividing it by 2. And then you keep dividing it by 2, and then you go up to the top. But that's like the opposite of what I want. I want to flip it somehow and go from whatever the background height is down to 0, subtracting 1 each time, and then drawing a line. So how do I do that? Y divided by 2, you're going to hit 64 the first time through. So either way, we're going down or up. But maybe it's 256. Start out like extra high and then go down. That's probably not going to be it either. And then that's the first problem. The second problem is it's going as soon as I hit the button. Let's see, saving, right? Loading. And that's pretty much the halfway point. So that's the 64. So that is working 100% the way I'm expecting it to, except flipped. So if it's going to 64, maybe we've got to start and then go down to 64 only. And then do that. I don't know. It's probably not going to print. That's probably not going to do the top part at all. Unless this is not getting called at all. Unless something else is going on over here. Background height 64. Okay, so background height was 128 minus the negative altitude plus 20. So this thing is approaching from the bottom up. So somehow I have to incorporate that over here, where we're approaching from the bottom to the top, y starting point and y ending point. Going from the bottom over here to the top over here. So let's see. Let's try bottom over here to 128 at the top, and then draw the skyline. So this is starting negative altitude plus 20. So let's say this is at 120. It's starting at 128, and then we're taking it down 64, going down by 1. So for each iteration, we're dividing by 2. What if we just set this to y right now? Okay, what if we just set this to I? Would that... Okay. I see. So that is running through this for loop every single iteration and then drawing out the entire sky every single time. So up to the background height. Well, up to 64. So the background height is high, and then it's going to 64. So it's not exactly what we want. We want it to go up to the background height. We wanted to start at 128 and then go to 64. Well, start at 128 and then go to the background height. And then try that. Okay, so this is probably going to do a little bit more of what we want. Yeah, there you go. All right, so it's starting. But now I have a feeling it's going to draw every single line. Just like it did before. See, that's where we drop the base. This game in meditation on acid rain. I wasn't going for that. I was just going for regular rain. I like your username, dropping rain. That's awesome. That's exactly what we're doing over here. Alright, so that works exactly like it did before. I was just going for regular rain. I was just like, what? I don't have an original game idea. I never had an original game idea. So now I'm like, how do I, like, I want to make a game, but I have no, idea of what to make. Everything that I could think of doing is just going to be a variation on something else, on another different game that has already been created. And then I had this idea of a raindrop falling in the upper atmosphere. So I could actually show you where it like starts out. Right now, I advance it to, by using this weight variable, I advance it to to where the game is like halfway done. And I think there's probably like a background there's probably a background variable of like how high negative altitude variable. Default 0, there it is. Alright, so like playing the game from the beginning, you're in the upper atmosphere and you're a little particle, right? Particles like gather little raindrops before they start falling, before they're heavy enough to fall. So you're in the upper atmosphere gathering raindrops, and like the raindrops, the little droplets are dancing around due to like Brownian motion, kind of because they don't really have a definite position because they're just molecules at that point. So that's what this is supposed to like represent. And then you get enough of them, you start falling. And then you catch a few of them, and then you start falling a little bit faster. And then you keep falling. Yeah, kind of get the idea. And as you gain more speed also. So now you're falling faster, and you can move around the board, the view screen faster. And then after the view screen, after the raindrop like moves faster, alright, now the raindrop, now you've advanced further down the atmosphere, and now the rain droplets are... Yeah, this is all the same level. So eventually you'll go down to... This is like the first level so far. Possibly. I might possibly be marking this game as multi-level eventually. Now, once you hit over 100 in your like droplet size, this raindrop, now it's probably not going to be endless. There is going to be an end to it because eventually the raindrop hits the ground. A normal raindrop hits the ground after 2 minutes, so each stage would be around 2 minutes, but it could be longer than that. I think it is longer than that right now, just because of the way that the programming goes. I just can't simulate falling that fast. Eventually, there's going to be obstacles. Later on in this level, there's going to be obstacles. Yeah, once you get past a certain point, now you gain the ability of accelerating your speed by losing droplets. So yeah, how do you win? The win condition is getting to the ground and like watering a plant, or like watering a tree or something like that. So it's basically you're going in the upper atmosphere, you're getting created, you're falling all the way to the ground, catching all this stuff, dodging all these buildings and stuff like that, because buildings are going to come up, and then making it to the ground and then watering this plant. That's basically it. Now, and then the next stage, I'm planning on like having like an evil droplet. Yeah, yes, the princess is in another castle. The next stage, I'm planning on having like an evil droplet. So there's going to be like an evil droplet that's going to be this like other like like a pink droplet that's going to like try to come after you and catch you. And then it's gonna catch you, and then if it catches you, it'll I don't know, absorb you, and then the level will be over, and you'll have to like reset a little bit. Okay, yeah, the evil one could be a green droplet. And then the next stage after that, the final stage, there's going to be, oh, there you go, like acid rain. That's perfect. There you go. Thank you. I mean, this is why I, you know, now I'm like, I was really hesitant about like live streaming the development, but now this is awesome because I'm getting all these ideas for just, you know, everybody just watching. Maybe in the next game, maybe the next game, instead of like raindrop, it could be like you know, snow or something like that. And that's basically the level. So once you hit this level, then once you get to this point, there'll be like steel girders or parts of buildings that you have to dodge in this level. Next level, evil raindrop. If we have space, you know, if there's space available, then just a giant droplet like Shadow of the Colossus. Yeah, I am for the hail and snow and the other participation. And then there'll be like a giant thing where it's like a giant Shadow of the Colossus type droplet. Like you'll see this thing just grow like to humongous sizes, and then you're gonna have to dodge it. You're gonna have to go to like this side because it's gonna take up most of the screen. There's gonna be this other large droplet, and then you're gonna have to, you know, go to the other side to try to make it down to the edge. But if the droplet collects too much water, like if you have like a droplet of this size, and you're in the Shadow of the Colossus stage, the Shadow Colossus is always going to be bigger, and it's going to absorb you. So I call it Shadow of the Colossus, but you know, it's not going to be the actual that actual game. And then that's it. I mean, I don't have a max size set for this droplet, so it can just keep growing and just collecting all of the droplets, and they get to be like, you know, insanely large over here. And that's it. It's gonna be like that big. Yeah, so then like the Shadow Colossus one is gonna be like this huge thing that comes over here, and then you're gonna have to dodge it on this side. If I get too big, showing up. I don't know. I'm not sure. Eventually, it's gonna like hit, splash down. I did a lot of research for this. I was like, what is the regular drops? Like, how large is a regular drop size? Droplet size. What, you know, let's see, how large is a droplet? How long does it take to, you know, hit the ground? What was the other questions? How much does it weigh? What does it look like? It's not exactly 100% accurate. Does it rain in Southern California? I have been to San Diego, and it was awesome there. Like if I was choosing a retirement place, it would be San Diego. I don't know if it rained. I remember seeing lightning, and it was like cloudy the day we got there, but I don't recall having like, you know, having any rain when we were in San Diego. And then not 100% accurate. Yes, yeah, exactly. It's not 100% accurate because if the rain droplet got too large, it would squish and compress. So it starts out like just like it is over here, like a complete sphere. But then as it starts falling and getting heavier, wind resistance comes up underneath it and starts squishing it like that. And then if it gets too heavy and falls too fast, it kind of separates into two droplets. So I'm not doing that over here because I don't know. I couldn't make a game like that, and you know, it would have been harder to program like that. But I can show you. So there's a negative altitude. I did want to reset this thing. If that rain droplet landed, if this rain droplet that was on the screen right now landed on your car, it would like immediately flood, you know, your car and the block. I have no idea. I mean, it started out as a little, like 1 pixel over here was like the particle. So I'm assuming 128 pixels is, you know, if you think about it like volumetrically wise, you know, you're thinking about like a little ball like that. I mean, you know, starting out like this, you're going up to this size. I mean, you know, it's not going to it's not going to make that much water. It also is going to have wind resistance, so you know, it's not like a hailstone falling where it's like hard. How many H2O molecules are in there? I don't know, a molar solution. I have no idea how many H2O molecules. A mole is 6.023 times 10 to the 23rd. So a lot of molecules. I forget how much a mole is. 1 mole of water. One mole of water. Yep. That's many molecules. 18 grams. So, you know, that much water. One mole, 18 grams. So how much is 18 grams? Like, could I get a... Yeah, that looks like a cup of water. Those all look like, you know, I have no sense of the scale. Here we go. You know, so it's like a little bit of water is 1 mole of water. So it's less than that. It's less than 18 grams. Weight of a rain droplet. Weight of an average rain droplet. There you go. Not that, you know, not that big. There you go. Something like that. Average rain droplet, average cloud droplet. There you go. Condensation nucleus. That's exactly what I'm going for over here. 2 millimeters. And then there's this, like, yeah, this is the raindrop shape that I was talking about. It's like, you know, squishing and compressing and everything. All right, I did another, yeah, there we go. Wait, I reset the weight from 0 to 90 just so I could get to like that section of the game over here. There we go. All right, so then I was gonna go over there. So this thing is working. Draw sky was working just like it did before, but now we're drawing it like line by line. Oh, there we go. That's another, oh, draw sky and then draw skyline. Okay, I see. All right, so we're going from 128 to the background height. And we're going up this way. But I want to hit every other line first. So there is a global called cloud token, I think it's called. And then I can divide that by 2. So if cloud token mod 2 is equal to 0, then draw this line. And dihydrogen monoxide. It's we couldn't exist without it. But you know, everything in the right quantity. You know, you can't have too much of it. I just drank some right before this. I'll drink some right now. You know, all this talk about dihydrogen monoxide makes me thirsty. All right, let's load the raindrop. Yeah, there you go, raindrop. And then, so if I had snow or hail or anything else, you know, have to, you know, throw away this title screen. It would have to be like weather or something like that, you know. There we go. Probably not what I was going for. If you hopefully nobody watching this is having a seizure. All right, definitely not what I was going for. Okay, so we want to do it every other line, so we can't do it over there. So we got to do this one. So we got to change this to I. That's a pretty good idea. I like that one. I could see that if the end. Let's spell that. There we go. Yeah, I could see that if yeah, so if some algorithm determines that you're not going to be able to get this one, then they start like getting attracted to each other very quickly, and then the green one tries to go after them. I could see that working. I'm gonna have to like copy this. I don't have to remember this one. Something to look into. Not sure how much programming that would be. It doesn't seem like it would be that much, because you could just have them like, you know, saying, okay, if it's past, if the y value is past the player's y value, then start getting, you know, start attracting the other one. That's a good point also. Yeah, so what I was going to do with the risk reward thing is if you're too large, you're gonna have like girders that are gonna like start coming from the bottom, and if you're too large, you're just not gonna be able to pass through them. You're just gonna instantly hit them, and you're gonna be like, hey, there's no way to pass this. But then what it's going to do is it's going to reset you to not like to the beginning, but to like a little bit up, so you can like get rid of some of this stuff and then get rid of some of the excess water, and then pass through there. Alright, so that looks better. Not exactly what I was going for, but close. So that's every other line. If I wanted to do every third line, I could do that, but then it's not gonna go up. It's not gonna be like increasing. So it's got to I would do some type of like exponentiation type thing. If I is, let's see, so you're going down over here. You're going from 128 down to the background height of, which is going to be, you know, decreasing from 128 to 0. And you're going there by 1 every single time. And then you want to do it every other and then every third, but you want to skip a whole bunch. So before we were doing this multiplication thing, so if we do every single one, then it's going to draw that. But if we multiply it by 2, let's just try multiplying by 2 then. Let's see. Let's do something like this. Make it easy. Y equals I, y times 2. Y equals y times 2. Alright, just so we don't have to think about it. And then I'll set these to y. Alright. Okay, nothing for a while, and then... Oh, wow, that's weird. That was super weird. Okay. Nothing for a while, and then it filled in every other line. So that... Oh, so what you have to do is you have to take the current value and then add it on, so it has to be like additive. So maybe y has to equal I plus y? Something like that. And then multiply it by 2? Or then maybe not even, you don't even have to multiply it by 2. Now you're just doing it, you know, like an additive type thing. Alright, let's try that. Because that seemed like it worked. Oh, there it is. Global y, no value. Okay. Y equals plus equals y? I forget the syntax of this. Yes, you can. So you can die in the game. So what will happen is you'll get like you'll hit the first time into like a girder or a steel girder or one of these buildings or something like that. That's gonna come up, and then I'm gonna have this like huge like water explosion where you're gonna like lose half of your droplet size. So if you hit past the first one, it's gonna reduce you in size. So maybe you won't hit past the second one, but if you hit past the second one, then it's just gonna disappear. Now we could do something like where you gain enough water back, then you don't die you don't die on the second time. But if you're like, I guess if you're below a certain size and you get hit, then that's it. And then what happens is it's not going to restart you all the way from the beginning. It's gonna jump you up to like, you know, several hundred feet back up in the air, and then you're gonna start from there, just like we're like starting halfway through the game like right now. Global y, a nil value. Okay, because y is not defined over here, so y has to initially equal something, like 128. Like that. So it's like a rain roguelike. Roguelike? Now I'm gonna have to look this up. Alright, hang on while I look up roguelike. I'm gonna let this thing run. Roguelike. A subgenre of role-playing video games characterized by dungeon crawl for procedural and linear levels. Base gameplay, tile-based graphics, and permanent death of the player character. Minus the permanent death of the player character, yes. And minus the dungeon crawling also, because yeah, it's more like sky crawling. You know, you're crawling past the sky. There we are. I mean, you know. I don't know if it's going to be one of those games where you're just going to die like a lot, you know, or it's just going to be super, super hard. How do you save the princess? You could like fall, hit the tree could like grow fruit, and then the princess could eat it, or the princess could eat the tree. The princess could drink it was in another castle. Yeah, the princess is going to be in another castle. I don't know, the princess could have an umbrella. Maybe the princess is the bad, you know, antagonist of the game, where the princess has this umbrella and you're just trying to like get water into the ground to like, you know, help the water cycle of the planet Earth. Yeah, exactly, evil princess. But then this princess has like has an umbrella, and then she blocks you at the bottom, like right as you're going to the bottom. She's like this anti-Space Invaders type thing, and you're just trying to like get to the bottom, and then you know it falls, and then oh here, my hand's over here, you know, anti-Space Invader thing, and then it falls, and then she blocks you with the umbrella, and then you like hit the umbrella, and you know I'm sure there's like a I'm sure one of the there you go. Like within 3 seconds, I found the umbrella scene that I was talking about right there. See, she has an umbrella, you know, and she blocked. You know, what is she doing with that umbrella? She's probably the bad guy of Raindrop, the final boss actually. You know, I mean maybe. You know, maybe that's why she kept going from like castle to castle. Was Bowser and Peach working together against Mario in the first game? I mean, he had to, you know, travel through. There you go, and Mario had to travel through level after level to try to rescue this princess. You know, I don't know. And then in Super Mario Brothers 2, she could fly. Like, why did she just fly away from Bowser? These are all questions. All right, so this thing didn't work. Adding one didn't work. What about subtracting one? Y equals minus equals I. Subtract y from itself, so it will decrease in an exponential manner, possibly? Okay, so there's that. And then is it gonna, as your vertical height increases, is anything gonna change about that weird thing on the top? Excuse me. No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, so this originally was approaching from the bottom and then going to the top. So we had that. And now we were drawing an eye over here, but we don't want to draw every single eye, we want to draw every other eye. So how do I do that? Let's see. Draw sky. Maybe we don't need this thing, maybe we don't need that, and maybe we don't need that either. Maybe we just need to alter eye somehow so that the eye oh, I think we tried that where I is equal, I is divided by 2. So we have to have something that increases the something that increases, yeah, every single time it goes up, but in a negative fashion. So something that doubles, that we have to decrease, something that doubles, yeah. So we do need this this value over here equals 0, but this value has to double every single time. Val plus equals 1, but then we have to subtract that from I equals val. But then you're altering I. Y equals I. Y is 128. Okay, and then like I said, and then I. There we go. We'll do something like this, and then set that back to Y. All right, maybe something like that would work. Okay, we're still ticking by like one thing per time. So I don't think that changed anything, or you know, it's still every other now. But I have a feeling we're getting closer to this. Alright. Almost at the end, we're going to see this thing come up. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so alright, so val is equals 0, val equals plus 1, so we have to multiply it by 2 each time. And val has to be equal to 1 over here, and then that's probably going to be every other. Okay. Looks promising. Yeah, there we go. That's exactly what we wanted. Except it goes up too quickly. But we need the whole thing to like shift up. Oh, there we go. Stuff's starting to fill up. I see it. Strangely. Okay. Not expecting that. But it's somewhere. It's getting closer. Oh, okay, I see. And then it fills out the rest of the top over there. Okay, so getting closer to what we want. Let's see, 128. So let's just do y minus val, y equals I minus the value. Try to do something like that. I don't know if that's going to be the exact same thing. Alright, let's see. Going up. Okay, so now this third one is getting filled in, so I think it's just like it was before. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah, it's just like it was before. Okay, but we're getting closer. We're getting somewhere where we want to go. It's just getting filled up as this background height approaches. But the background height is negative 129. It's going from 128 to the background height, 51, and then drawing this y value. Y value is at 128 though. does this work? Y value at 1, Y value, local value at 1, Y value at 128. 128 minus the background, or 128 going down to the background height. For every one time. Oh, okay, because we're multiplying it by 2, and then we're subtracting it, and then it's getting rendered at whatever level that is, which is most likely going to be 64, because it's, you know, it's halfway, it's midway through the screen. So we can't do that immediately. We have to do the background height times 2, probably, right? And then subtract it from the background height. So we can't do the value. I don't think this is going to work either, because let's see, is that a local variable or not? Val equals, yeah, local. I'm not sure if it's a local variable, because I don't know this language well enough, but I'm pretty sure this will work. So now that val is equal to background height, we could just do that. Multiply it by 2 and subtract it. Okay. Alright, one of the things that we have to do is like gather enough droplets to get this large enough. And then that's weird. It's kind of like a swimming effect. Whoa. That's like pretty glitchy. And then it drops from the top. And then it drops more from the top. Until it hits, like, that's probably the maximum value that it's gonna hit. Alright. Alright, let's see. Local Y is 128. Local val background height. Val times equals 2. Okay, so now we're basing it off of the background height, but then we're multiplying it by 2 and then subtracting it from the I value. So I feel like this is like too complicated. It shouldn't be this complicated. It should go from the bottom to whatever the current background height is. And then as it gets closer to the end of whatever it is, you know, from 128 down, as it gets closer to the lower limits, it should draw less and less. So it should start out drawing a lot, like, you know, 3 frames, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it goes less, and then it goes less, and then it goes less as it goes up. So I feel like I almost have to take the difference between 128. Yeah, starting from the bottom. Starting from the bottom, which is 128. And then we're going to the height, to the height of the current rendered background. And then if the diff is between those two is larger than 4, then like skip 1 or something like that. So we probably don't need that. We probably don't need this either. We probably do like if 128 minus, where's the 8? Minus the background height is greater than 4, is less than 4, then, you know, then skip this one, but then reset. And Oh, and then we need a counter over here. So local counter equals 0, and then end. I think it's like end counter. Counter is so it's less than 4. Then render it, and then the counter has to be and the counter has to be equal to. The counter has to be like less than 5, less than 6. Okay. Then draw this line, and the counter is less than 6. Draw this line. Else, counter is less than 6. Oh, and then I don't know. Counter plus equals 1. Yeah, counter plus equals 1, and then if it's not, then I don't know. Counter plus equals counter is greater, and counter is greater than 6. Greater than 6 minus 1. This is. I feel like this is more complicated now. Plus equals 2, something like that. I don't know. Yeah. Now we're here. Where? Dropping rain. Where are we here? Oh, wait. I got it. Fairy Nikki and dropping rain. I got it. We're starting from the bottom, now we're here. It's a song. We got more karaoke. Am I right? Yes. Damn, I can't say it. hang on. I gotta consult my Yas sayer. Hold on. Hang on. Wait. Where is it? Did I lose it? Oh, it goes away after a certain point, or after you play it a certain amount of time. How did it go? Yas. No, that's not it. I lost it. I'm sorry. Oh, man. All right. Is that laugh symbols or is it cry symbols? I know they're emojis. I just can't see what kind of emojis they are. See, you could tell I'm trying to see it because my face is getting close to the screen over here. Let's see. I could copy them and paste them in somewhere else. Maybe try to see. All right, give me 1 second. Nope, can't tell what those are. All right, hang on 1 sec. Laughing faces, thank you. That's what I was wondering. They were not showing up for me. Must be like a font thing. All right. So this thing didn't work. All right, let's see. It worked from the top, where we were doing like 1, 2, and then so on and so forth. So that worked. But this thing doesn't seem to be working from bottom to top. So it's going 128, and then I want it to go like 127, 126, 125, 122, 120, 118, 110, 100, you know, and so on. So how do I do that? I could Can we get a Yas Queen? Yas Queen? I don't know. I'm trying. I'm giving it 100%. But you know, I'm just trying. I'm pronouncing it like I'm trying to pronounce like that I'm a Viking, but I'm not a Viking. Okay. All right. So why don't we do this over here with the counter? Counter 1. There we go. And then okay, and then local y equals 128, right? And then we counter plus equal, yeah, multiply equals 2, and then y. I feel like we just did something like this though. Y equals I minus the counter. Because that's what we really want to do, is we want to subtract it as it grows in height. Well, actually, no. As it grows in height, we want to subtract like the background from it. The background height. So we want this counter to equal the background height. Background height is going to decrease. Yeah. Background height is going to decrease, but we only want to render it up to the background height. It's probably not going to do what we want. I feel like we just did something like this. Yeah, we just did something like this. Alright, so it's gonna go. So that counter works, but what if the counter was set to the background height? Same thing as before, so we did that one too. Okay, so we're trying to render a whole bunch of lines all at the same time, but only up to the background height, so from 128 to the background height. So if 128 to the background height is a small difference, render them all. And then if it's a large difference, render them, you know, space them out a little bit more. So we probably want to mod by 2. No, we don't want to mod by 2. We don't want every other. We want to like mod by 3. If I mod 3 equals 0. Not sure what this is going to give us. Probably don't need any of that stuff. That's probably good. Okay. Familiar with this part. Okay, there's one line. Okay. So now it's giving us every other one, just like before. Not sure why. Is it every other, or is it, or is it like skipping one? No, it definitely looks like 2 pixels right there. Yeah, right? Oh, I have this thing, which is 1. Yeah, it's like drawing 1 and then skipping 2, and then drawing 1 and then skipping 2. So So this gives us like a repeating pattern, but like every, but it's constant. But the fill, I think, was good. I'm pretty sure the fill happened the way we wanted it to. With like, yeah, where it starts out at the bottom and then like slowly fills up, yeah. So this is probably the way to go. We have to base it off of this I value over here because that's the background height. But then we have to choose, we have to be very selective on how we want them to draw. So we should probably do it that same way, but then selectively draw them based on I, but in some type of increasing manner. So like every, you know, so yes, we start off with I equals 3 or I mod 3. Well, we don't want to start off with I mod anything because we want every single one to be drawn. But if I is, I'm going to skip them somehow. Let me do this. Like we need to jump certain ranges of numbers. All right, so let's take the diff of this. If the, so let's do the diff equals 128 minus the BG height. And if the diff is greater than 20, and then skip, let's just try skipping one. So if the diff is greater than 20, then skip one, then do every other iteration. Oh, okay, yeah, so if the diff is greater than 20, then let's do every other, which is I mod 2 equals 0. Then I mod 2, then if I mod 2 equals 0, then draw one of these. This could probably be written better. Like we could do something like this, and then, but we don't have to worry about that right now. Okay, something like that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it didn't draw anything, and then it just all of a sudden popped into place. Okay, so if the diff is greater than 20, then don't draw anything else. If the diff is less than 20, then just draw the line. And then, okay, so then we'll try doing that, okay. Okay, yeah, so we're just drawing this. So we should draw 20 pixels high, and then it switches to not drawing the 20 pixels. I see. So that's not exactly what we want either, because then the diff is really high as well. So we don't need the diff then of this. We don't need the diff of 128 minus the background height. We need the diff of I minus the background height. Yeah, we need the diff of I minus the background height. And then that's going to tell us where we are. All right, so we're halfway there, almost. That's very close to what we want, except opposite. We're halfway there. Yeah, see, Bon Jovi, halfway there, Living on a Prayer, 80s rock ballads. That's the, you know, or just rock ballads in general. Any type of, actually any type of ballad, not even a rock ballad, just any type of ballad in general is, that's, you know, something that I gravitated towards. I don't know why either. Maybe it's being from New Jersey. That's probably it. Or, you know, growing up on the east coast of New Jersey, a shore town. Not sure. All right, so we're halfway there. If the diff is greater than 20, then we show up at the top. So we got to do less than 20 to go to the bottom. That's probably it. That's probably what we need. Something like that. No, and then that's not what we need over there. Okay. What is my favorite power ballad? Is that I guess that's a question of me. Or everybody can answer. You know, everybody's welcome to answer what their favorite power ballad is. I don't know. I'd have to know what a power ballad is. Like, Sweet Child of Mine, right? Is that a power ballad? I think that's, right? Every Rose Has Its Thorn. Is that, Poison. Not what I was thinking. Here I Go Again on My Own, right? By Whitesnake. Is that like a power ballad? Yes, that is a power ballad. Yeah, that's probably one. That's probably up there in the power ballad list. I don't know, but then that's the other thing. I don't know if I have a genre of music anymore. You know, I could like I used to be opinionated about music, but nowadays I can pretty much listen to just about anything. Dead or Alive, I don't know. That part of Dead or Alive part is pretty good because of that, you know. Wanted, and you could like make fun of the wanted part, you know. But then, like, Bon Jovi might get, like, upset at me because, you know, I'm making fun of the wanted part, you know. Wanted. Alright, let's see, diff. If a diff is less than 20, then draw that. But when you get super high, the diff is not less than 20, so it draws the entire screen. So we don't want that either. If the diff is less than 20 and the background height is greater than 0, then we want to do that. Then we want to draw that. Oh, no. But then this one is if else if the background height is greater than 0, I think. I don't know. Why is this thing like, you know, this is the challenging part. It's not like catching droplets was the challenging part. This happens to be the challenging part. Just getting the sky to draw properly. All right, how about we not draw the sky properly? Yeah, I'm not going to stop believing. I'm going to hold on to my feelings. Streetlights, that's what I'm forgetting over here. I'm forgetting streetlights and streetlight people. I'm forgetting. All right, so for every line, it goes up from 128, which is the bottom, to the background height, and it goes up by 1. Now, we want to draw some of them, but not when it gets close to 0. So, if it's above 0, if the background height Alright, let's see, yeah. If the background height sing some Journey. Yeah, give me a Journey song. Yeah. Give me a Journey song and I'll try to sing some Journey while doing this. If the background height, any way you want it, that's the way you want it. Any way you want it. Anyway you want it, that's the way you need it. Anyway you want it. If background height is greater than 0 and less than, and background height is less than, and I think parodies are okay. So as long as I don't sing the, right? Parodies, you don't need anything. So Hungry Like the Wolf. Hungry like the wolf. I'm talking like I sound. Oh yeah, there you go. Duran Duran. I talk like I sound. I'm on the hunt. I'm after you. I'm after you. Background. Okay. So let's do like 30, right? So if it's between 0 and 30, then we draw every other. Else if the background height is between, let's just copy this whole chunk over here. Yeah, copy this whole chunk over here. And then fix it up over here. And else if the background height is greater than 30, and the background height is less than, well, 0 to 30. I don't want to go up all the way up to 60. I guess I could go to like 50 and then go over here to like every 8. do it that way, and then do another block over here, which is, okay, so if it's greater than 50, and the background height is less than 50 to 70, right? 30 to 50 was 30, 40, 50, that was 20, all right, so 60. And then we'll do every 4. And then else, we don't want this end here, else, draw this line. All right, we'll try that. Just because I'm getting tired of dealing with this. Okay, Duran. Karaoke cover won't hit me with the damn. I have no idea. I'm like, you know, that's why I made all of the, you know, the original score for this game. That was the you know, original. But I think, yeah, karaoke cover will, yeah, if it's recorded, which this one happens to be, yes. But I think if it's a parody, I don't think they will. I think you're allowed to do a parody without even like informing the rights holder that you're going to do a parody. So if you could like, if I could like make up a parody like on the spot right here, yeah, that would be totally doable. You know, allowed. It would be totally allowed. Well, that was weird. Alright, so the background height is always 64 then? I feel like background height is increasing and decreasing. It's almost there though. Yeah, it's almost there. Okay, but it's rendering it across the entire screen because background height is coming in from the top over here. So it has to be the distance of I. So if I is greater than, so everywhere over here where we say background height, we really need I then. So BG height has to be replaced with I. That's probably it. Before I before E, except after C. There's no I team, but there is a me. Or group, crew. There is an I in win, yeah, that's right. Group, crew, I ensemble. Very close. I think that was very close. Do you see that movie? Group, crew, I ensemble. Yeah, this is really close to what we're looking for. But it's like almost, it's almost there. It's almost 100% there. It's just a little choppy. All right, so we're going up until we hit like 60, and then decreasing after that. Okay. So how do we get there? 0 to 30. That all looks good. 30 to 50. We're going through and doing every 8. Ah, there it is. Mod 10. So we want that to be like mod 20 then, right? Mod 15. We'll just do mod 15 over here. I see. This mod 15, this 0 to 20, this 0 to 30 maps to like the top range. I can't point to there because my mouse disappears. But yeah, that's the top range. Then 30 to 50 is the next range. And 8 is fine for that. And then we're probably going to have to do these greater than. Greater than or equal to signs. There, and then that's it. Now when you get to the bottom, is every 4 good enough? Or should it be every 3? So that's probably it. That's probably what we need. Something like that, yeah. That's almost exactly it. Alright, so we got a little bit more to go. I gotta tweak some of the stuff. So this 60, this is gonna have to be lower. This is gonna have to be like 50. This one, this 50 is gonna have to be lower as well. This 50 is going to have to be 30. Possibly 35. So then this changes to 35. To 20, and this goes to 20. But that's basically only one line over there that's going to be drawn. But we're almost there. Okay, then we hit them. That's it. We got it. I'm pretty sure this is it. The problem is, what's the problem? Problem is, it still didn't change the issue that I had with it. So the issue that I have is that this this blue on the bottom is the same color as this blue on the top, and we can't change. And it's the same, also the same color as the blue inside of the water. So we can't change any of that. And the problem is that we only have basically 2 shades of blue that we're working with. And like the night sky is not like 100% pitch black. It's more of like a shade of blue, especially when it's being illuminated by a city. You kind of have light pollution, and you know, you get this cityscape over here. So then I was thinking, how do we get rid of the, you know, how do we change this? How do we change this? Like, it looks like a river almost. Like, I don't know what to put over here. Because, you know, this thing looks like a river, that looks like a river over here, you know, we got a lot of rivers over here. So, I could go with one of these other sprite colors, which there's this extended palette. Yeah, there we go. This extended palette. But what you have to do is you have to take one of these colors out and then make them darker, which I did with the darker purple and the mauve. Mauve. So something else has to be like, has to represent this this water over here. And I think we're using dark gray for the clouds already, so that one's out. Everything else is super bright. So yeah. Kind of at a loss of what to do with this. The other thing I thought of was like put stars in the sky, but I wasn't sure exactly how to do that. I mean, I know how I can do that, but I'm not sure how to like position it on the screen and like kind of make it look, you know, realish. Unless I start this like much lower. So this goes from like greater than 50, increasing that to higher, 80. And then this thing would have to, well, we'd probably do from like, no, we probably wouldn't do that. We probably wouldn't do 50. We'd probably do from, probably ramp this one up to 60, ramp this one back up to 60, and then go from 60 to from 60 to 80, but then do that one every other. Let's see how that one looks. I'm not sure though. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that is probably what I'm going to be looking for. Yeah. All right. So 80 is pretty good. I need to go another like 10 down to 90 for this, but then this one is going to have to go up to like 70. This one is going to have to go from 70 to like 50. This one goes from 50 to 30, and this one goes from 50 to that. Maybe something like that. Alright, we're almost there. Except for that one break over there, which is going to be a super big pain to debug. Probably 100. 75, I would say. Yeah, try that. Okay. Alright, moment of truth. That's it. Got it. I think that's about as good as we're gonna get. We got like one weird break over there. That weird break is gonna be rough. Woohoo! Yes! Yay! We got it. We're like super close, you know, like we're there. This is just like final, like you know, extra credit tweaks over here. It's probably something like where it's going to be like a 76 or a 74. We're like one off, I feel like, from this. But you know, gotta run through it and play through and just see how it like lays out. Yeah, there you go. I don't know if I think I run out of steam over here at some point, or unless there's a glitch that allows you to keep, yeah, there it is, running. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so it wasn't 76. I'll try 74 next. Because 76 makes them like jam up together. So I'll try 74. There's probably a math way to calculate it because it's like between 2 and 3, so it's every 2 and then every 3, it looks like. There it is. That works. So it was 74. Yeah. Sweet, okay. So, I'm pretty happy with this. I think this is good enough. Actually, come to think of it, now that I think about it, this bottom section, wouldn't it be cool if there was a reflection and that was the water front, right? Because you're not actually going to fall into this lake right here. You're going to fall into some like grassy patch that's going to come up later on, and that's going to be in the foreground of the screen. So it's going to come up and like, okay, so there's, you know, there's like buildings, girders and everything, and then you're going to get this grassy patch that's going to come up, and then it's going to stop. It's going to stop like coming up and and then you're going to slam into it, and right? So what if that was a reflection over there? All right, so the skyline is drawn. How does this rectangle get filled up? So it's rect fill. There's probably another one at the bottom. It's this one over here, right? Draw skyline. So all we really have to do is draw similar sprites below the skyline and then use this rect fill as the background, as like the water over there, and then draw sprites over here. So let's, boats, yeah, we could do that too. Okay, so clear that out. All right, so if we go over here to this thing, this is the actual lower level of the skyline. All right, yeah, dolphins. We could have a reflection, and then we could have, you know, in there, we could have like, you know, dolphins and all the other stuff that we want. So it just has to be a copy of this. So if we just take this and copy it, you could have the same style reflection, just differently. So, yeah, there we go. We could take that, Control-C, copy, and then we need a place for all of these sprites over here. I'm just going to have to draw it over here. The reason why I don't like using these two sprite things is because it draws on the map, but I think we're okay with that, without having to worry about that part of it. And then we can zoom out over here. Not draw this, and I'm pretty sure that this comes in transparent if you don't draw it. Not draw that part, that part, that part, or that part. Oh, the lights will be reflected, will be illuminated, but not the off lights. The off lights won't be illuminated by the water. So we can do that, but they're going to but everything is going to be flipped and reversed. So we have to bring it down, then we have to flip it, and then we have to reverse it. I'm not exactly sure how to do that yet, but what I can do right now is get rid of these dimmed out lights so that only these appear, and then I can look into flipping the image. It's got to turn 180 degrees across this, you know, this axis over here. Let's see, got that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Okay, I think we're good. All right, so so I have to flip this image 180 degrees. Take that, select it. Yeah. I don't know if there's an easy way to do this. I can do the hard way. Pico-8 flip a sprite. Let's see. Sprite flipping. Good night. Thanks for watching and chatting. It was a lot of fun. So maybe it's documentation. Okay, describing directly to flip a sprite horizontally. That's exactly what we want to do. In short, there is an undocumented flip parameter to SPR. Okay, so maybe we don't have to do that thing that I was about to do, which was flip it manually. So, NXY with height flip. True. Okay. So, theoretically, I should be able to save this. Then, raindrop. Okay. Skyline. And then where's this sprite over here? Oh, actually, no. Can't do that. I gotta take all of these sprites. It's the same. It's basically the same thing. They start at a different location, so it's not number 89. It's number 136. So I gotta replace all these 89s, 89 with 136. And then at the end over here, I gotta set all these to true. True. All right. Let's check it out. Oh. Okay, so maybe it worked. It looks like it's flipping it. If it is flipping it, which it looks like it might be, it's flipping it along the, yeah, I guess they said not, it's like along the vertical axis. Sprite horizontally. Oh man, it's like too jumbled up to even see how it's getting flipped. But either way, this is it needs to be repositioned. So it can't be plus 32. It's got to be plus 48 over here. So all of these got to change. To 48. All right. And then we can add boats later on. Alright, so it doesn't look like it flipped. No, actually it did. It did flip it, but it flipped it along the horizontal axis for every single one. Yeah, that's what it did. So it flipped it this way. No, not the horizontal. It looks like it flipped it the vertical way for every single one. Because now, instead of the staircase, you know, like part of that building going up this way, it's now going, oh, instead of going up this way, like in the top, it's now going up this way in the other side. So, I gotta read more about this. horizontal and vertical, which allows you to use a negative target with negative target dimensions with spread. So there's flip V and flip H parameters. So we're probably flipping vertical, and we want to flip horizontal. So yeah, so we don't want to flip vertical. We want to flip. Yeah, the reflection's off. That's right. So we want to flip it the other way. So there's one of two things that we're going to have to do. I have to do make it dither if I can. Like what do you mean? There we go. Like with the top, or dithering, like where like we put dots in there instead. Oh, hang on. I got a call. Yeah.
Yep. Man, it's mad delayed. No, so like what I was saying, like it shouldn't be drawn. One, it shouldn't be drawn in clear, but it should feel like it's like almost occupying like two of like a 3D space. You know what I mean? So it should just feel like an extension.
There we go. All right, I'm still hearing that again, and it's coming around again.
Hold on, let me mute it. No, there's I was watching it on my Fire Stick, and there was like a delay.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Yeah,
so yeah.
Actually, hold
All right, so why is there two of me? Why is my image shown over here?
I don't know. Actually, hold on a second, because my iPad is dying,
all right,
and I had the lightning earbuds or whatever. So hold on.
false true. Okay. So false true doesn't work. Let's see. One, two, three, four, five, and then flip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, flip. Okay. And then, where is this thing?
It has returned.
What was that?
So you saw G.W. Adamson, right? I think is he still in or no?
No, I can't tell. There's two viewers.
So GW, that's my dude right there.
Sweet.
That's I don't know if he's still on. Probably not, but
We had 6 people at one point. That's crazy.
yeah, no. You can blame Barry Nicky for that one.
Okay.
She hopped on it, so the whole crew did.
Awesome.
By the way, relax responsibly, guys. I don't know if there's an explicit tag,
There is
but you know the deal. You gotta relax responsibly.
content.
Why does everybody like whenever they talk about like drinking and beer commercials and like well alcohol commercials, it's always about relaxing.
Yeah,
It could be
mature.
it could be a Jaeger ad, right? And it'll be still be about relaxing. Nobody relaxes with Jaeger.
For Loco, relax
Yeah,
responsibly.
does anybody relax with Four Loko? Does anybody relax with Jaeger? Or you know what I just recently found? They still sell Everclear, man.
Yeah, I
They
believe it.
still
I mean,
they still sell Everclear.
well, it's a mixer. You mix it with other stuff. Mature content. Yeah. So you could say
That's I mean that's like the other thing though too. Like
you could say whatever the hell you want.
like mature content is always almost always the most juvenile shit that you can think of. Know what I mean? Like it's never
Such as.
like I don't know. You could go back to like the '80s, like Porky's, right?
Hmm.
I don't know if they came up with they coined the term glory hole, but it was like I think wasn't that the first depiction of a glory hole in cinema, if you would call it cinema.
Uh, I'm not sure. Do you have there was a suggestion by Barry Nicky. I forgot to write it down, but like now it's gone in my chat. Do you have that?
Which chat? Like the stream chat?
Yeah, the stream chat.
Does it like not save the whole thing?
I don't know. I'm not
Well,
getting.
what was
I
the
think I
writing?
like navigated it away, and I guess it doesn't save the chat or something like that.
Do you know right around when Barry and Nikki said it?
Yeah, it was like something about a green, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna write that down.
An evil green raindrop.
All right, Tabby.
Oh, she said. They said. I'm sorry. Let's. I shouldn't assign gender. So they said that. Can the evil one be green?
Evil green raindrop. Okay.
Can the evil one? Can the evil? And it could and dropping grain, or is it dropping rain?
Yeah.
Uh,
Kind of like acid rain.
yeah, it could be acid rain, so it could be like a subtle nod to environmentalism.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So is it dropping rain or is it supposed to be dropping grain? Dropping grain.
Either one, either one works.
It's just like Kellogg. There's like a Kellogg's explosion, and it's just raining cereal from the sky,
Yeah.
dropping grain.
Uh
It just kind of reminds me of you know Donald Glover, right? Childish Gambino.
huh. I think I'm familiar with him.
He's famous for Community in Atlanta, and he's a music artist. Goes by the name of Childish Gambino. But anyways, his Christian name is Donald Glover, right? So his Twitter handle is Don Glover.
Hmm.
No underscore or anything, just one word, Don Glover. And it took a minute, but it dawned on him that like it could also read as Don Glover.
That sounds like one of his jokes. That is
But it does.
that
But it
is
does.
very
Don Glover.
that is very on brand.
Don Glover.
Yeah, no, that's very on brand for his stuff. I think I've seen one of his stand-up routines.
It's pretty funny. I like Atlanta. I highly recommend Atlanta to anybody who's still on. I don't. There's 2 viewers. I don't know.
Well, if you're viewing, I think you're one of them.
Yeah, no, I'm one of them. Who's the other one?
I don't know. I can't tell unless they talk in chat. And even then, it's hard to see like who's talking, like who's associated with which viewer.
Did your mom make a cameo?
Not yet, not tonight. I don't think.
Did Mama 8? So Mama 8.
Wow, look at that. Freaking perfect.
No, like I know that dropping rain was also suggesting like one of the punishments for like shrinking decelerating is that you could just wither away and like die if you're not paying attention.
Oh yeah, I prevented that. I had a minimum size that you wouldn't go past. Look at that. You see that?
No, but like I was because I've been thinking about like how you can like recover. I mean, like you want to feel the need to recover and get bigger.
All right. So when you say dither, you mean like it
So
should look like the water is wavy or something.
Yeah. So it's not like no for no clear. By the way, but the reflection looked right to me now.
Yeah. The reflection's perfect. That was the total way to go. Yeah, the documentation had that. It was flip X and flip Y, but I figured out. But from that post, I figured out how to use it.
That's right.
Can you see the screen or anymore, or do you need me to share my screen?
No, I'm watching it on two different screens, so that's probably why I'm looking all around.
Mm-hmm.
No, I got you. I mean, I have my headphones on, so I can't actually hear like the sounds of the game anymore. But...
Yeah. I'm not working on the sound right now.
Yeah. On a side note, though, because you up your background detail so much that like your cloud's a little weak right now. That's a weak ass cloud. That's a MS Paint cloud right now. No offense.
Offense taken. I took a lot of pride in that cloud. I made a whole video on that cloud.
But dude, you outdid your cloud. You outdid your cloud.
It's a cloud.
No, just can you add some dark outlines or something?
Like what do you mean? Add some transparency.
Yeah, it's either add some transparency, or I was just saying, just add like a little just outline it with black.
It is oh well, I don't know. Can you outline something with black, or is black not an actual color?
Or yeah, or like the borders, you could just make it black instead of.
I mean, I can make it light gray. I can make the whole thing light gray.
And make it dark gray? Yeah, give it some... No, I'm just saying, make it pop a little. Give it some texture. Look at that weak-ass cloud. I'm sorry. you got like this like metropolitan night sky shit going on. And then you just got, ooh, look at me. I'm just sad, polluted cloud. Like you fixed your housing problem. Apparently, you got the subsidized housing.
Yeah, it was a tough budget to pass, but we got it through at the last minute.
Okay, so this kind of like how like I don't know who said it exactly, but like. I've kind of, and I agree with it. I kind of come around to the idea, and this is kind of indicative of like what's going on with your cloud, that your first idea should never be your best idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Imagine if like Netflix just like kept delivering DVDs.
They still do.
They do. I mean, they had to splinter it off, but I'm saying, imagine that was their ambition. They had that goal of like disrupting Blockbuster and just mailing your ass some DVDs, and they just stopped there. They would not be the juggernauts that they are today.
Yeah.
The point is that their first idea was not their best idea. Imagine Amazon, all they cared about was selling books, right?
Well, I mean, it depends. You'd have to like really ask them how they.
No, dude, that is already looking. That is already looking like. See, you added some depth. There's the illusion of third dimension in this motherfucker.
You'd have to ask them. You'd have to really ask them if that was their plan all along, or They're
No,
planning.
of course not. I mean,
And,
depending
and
on.
I know not for Amazon. I know Amazon. I read an article about it.
I feel like Reed Hastings would probably be more honest than Jeff Bezos.
No, Jeff Bezos. Like it wasn't even Jeff Bezos. It was like it was like something about it being written, and it was like he was playing the long game from the get go.
Yeah, no. The only thing I know about Jeff Bezos that was planned from the start was they always operated as that they were losing money.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
they always they always wanted to give the impression that they were losing money even when they weren't.
Yeah.
Anytime they made too much profit, they would invest in something.
Yep. All right. So there's.
Yeah, Jeff would be the only CEO with his fiduciary responsibility and stuff. He's like, fuck, we made too much profit. Spend some money. Spend it now.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, what you want to spend like $200 million making a Lord of the Rings shows? Do it.
Making what?
It's like making a Lord of the Rings series. Do it. Just. Can you imagine making so much money that you get nervous that you made too much?
All right. Well, now where'd the clouds go?
I have never had that feeling in my entire life. Have you ever had like a I made too much money feeling?
Nope. Can't say I have.
It's just like too much money.
Okay, so there it is. SPR3. It's right there.
SPF 15?
SPF 15, yeah.
Alright, where's that cloud at? Yeah, look at that. Alright, now I'm buffering. That is a spectacular city.
I feel like I do need to.
And when you pause it, borderline looks like there's like a bridge going on too. Even though I know it's not a bridge, but
I feel like I definitely need to share my screen because you're commenting on stuff that like happened already. I don't know.
No, this is delay.
Okay, all right. Let me share my screen then.
No, I mean, well, even because I'm watching it on two screens. I'm watching it on my laptop and I'm watching it on my TV, and they're not. Even that's not in sync.
Yeah, I don't think they try to be in sync. You know.
Yeah, no, that's fair because they're probably not expecting people to like group watch this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you shared your screen, and so you have it paused at the cityscape thing with the reflection and everything.
There we go. All right, so you can see it now?
Yeah.
All right, now let me... Where are you? Oh, man, I can't... Hang on. All right, I'm trying to get you to be shown. There's me. How do I pin you onto the screen, but like, oh man, not show that. It's like don't hide participants or something like that.
You're over there trying to pin the eye candy on screen.
I'm trying to like not show you video. I'm trying to not show what I'm seeing and just show your thing, but it's not letting me. And it's saying you are screen sharing. Super annoying. I would just like to show this part only. Not sure how to do that yet. All right, well, I guess we'll just have to put up with it. Okay, there you go.
All right, so.
All right. Where were we? Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, so we were trying to get this cloud to show up on screen. It's not showing up right now though. For some reason.
A side note, just as like a very small comment, if your goal was like to do like Nintendo era stuff, you're kind of failing because it's looking better than Nintendo. I don't know if it's 16-bit,
It's different. It's
but it's like 12-bit maybe, 10-bit.
no, it's not. It's the visual. The Nintendo visually, the Nintendo was more powerful than this system. But I think but the way that this thing does it is the color. Nintendo had more colors. Nintendo had a bigger screen size or bigger number of pixels. There we go. Now it's. I don't know why it wasn't working before, but now it's working. All right. That is that. I think we're missing like the bottom line over there.
It's a better looking cloud, but yeah, it should be fluffier. You gotta. I know these are like details that like nobody's gonna notice, but like me. But the devil's in the details, Abe.
Mm-hmm.
And so you gotta give that cloud some personality.
Oh, so you're saying you want something like some type of where is it? You want something like some type of line filled out over here? You know, like that, and then let's see what it.
I'm not sure where you're going with this, but I'll let you. Oh, I see. I see what you're doing.
I don't know. I'm not sure where I'm not sure where I'm going with it either.
What I was gonna, I mean, it's a, yeah, yeah, okay. No, what I was gonna suggest that instead of making the bottom part a straight line, if you made it like stick out at just one point, maybe like the left or the right side, it doesn't. I don't think that part particularly matters.
I don't know. Uh,
No, I was just saying, just have it protrude a little bit on the bottom.
what do you mean?
Like, okay, so you see like the upper left, the top left portion of the cloud,
Mm-hmm.
like mirror that towards like the bottom right or something like that, but not exactly on the bottom right, but somewhere off slightly right of center. You get what I mean?
Like over there, like that, and then
Not within the cloud. Make the cloud stick out a little bit. So you see how like the upper left corner sticks out and it just incrementally goes down. But do something similar on the bottom right.
like that.
No. Not inside the cloud. You see how like the bottom part of the cloud is just straight. Don't make it straight.
Oh, you're saying the whole thing?
Yeah.
Like you want it to bow or something like that?
Yeah.
I used to have something like that. It didn't look as good as this one. Uh,
All right. Yeah. You got it. You can't make it a circle though. So make at least two circles, like right next to each other, and just like blend it in. Or you can kind of do it like a Mario Cloud type thing where you kind of give it feet. That's like another way that you can do it. But it does look like it should look better though.
What do you think about that? Like with the design?
I like the idea of it, but it kind of looks like a butt.
Yeah,
Like,
screw you.
no, that's the idea. That's the idea, but it's looking a little cheeky there. No, it's not. It's not bad though.
Yeah, let's see how it looks in like with everything else on screen.
Oh, that's actually not a bad idea. Have you seen? They have this thing, 8-bit clouds by Waterflame. What he does to make the cloud is he adds like some swirls of blue to give us some depth. I can't tell what color blue it is though. I think it's the same color blue as like the outline of your raindrop.
So then like the clouds don't show up for some reason? And then like
they were supposed to show up and they didn't.
Yeah.
Did you break your clouds?
I'm not sure how. So then like they just stop showing up, right? And then I took
Put
a
a
look
lot
at
of
it.
work into it, but to be honest with you, in the night, do you even like need clouds? Or you put a lot of work into your cloud and you really sold on your cloud?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Because you got this dusk haze thing going on with your parallax scrolling, which is really cool looking.
What do you mean dust case?
I said dusk haze.
Dusk haze? Oh, but that parallax scrolling like stops at some point.
Yeah, as it should.
But whereas if it was a horizontal parallax scrolling and you're running across something, you just keep like running across there. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, you can add a layer of depth, and you can. Have you considered like a scrolling cloud? Because your cloud was moving up, right? It wasn't scrolling. Like it wasn't scrolling like horizontally.
Nah, yeah, it was just moving up.
You can make it scroll horizontally. That could be cool.
Yeah, could do that.
Like left, like say like left to right.
Yeah, I think they just.
I don't know. I think left to right should work. I don't know if right to left would feel better.
Well, then it's gonna give the impression that you're moving in one direction, whereas they would all have to move in that direction. I don't know. Oh, wait a second. I think I figured it out. The clouds don't load unless animate clouds. Clouds. Negative altitude is greater than 30. And the number of clouds is less than 2, and the cloud token is over 900. Then animate clouds. It might not be showing up because I'm not like waiting enough time. There it is. Yeah. Oh, it's getting cut off at the bottom. Alright. Yeah, so the cloud is getting cut off at the bottom for some reason. It's right over here in animate clouds.
It sounds like you're saying anime clouds,
Animate
yeah,
clouds.
animate cloud.
4, here we go. So that's probably it.
How come some words have two pronunciations? Whether it's like a verb or like an adjective or a noun. You know, like animate versus animate. There's that, but there's no like other equivalents like masturbate and masturbate.
Couldn't tell you.
He or she is a masturbate person.
That looks perfectly fine to me.
An in-masturbate object.
It almost looks perfectly fine. It looks like there's like a little too sharp of a cutoff.
No, that's what I was saying. It looks straight up. It looks flat and straight at the bottom.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. It doesn't even, it can be subtle, just don't make it straight.
What do I do about this? That one's gotta be there.
That's all.
Oh, I see what the problem is. It's a little too flat over there. So this one is fine, but this one has to get moved over that way. And we need one over there.
One over there.
Yeah, but that's
there. That's what I was saying. You should kind of give it, for lack of a better way of putting it, some feet to it.
Yeah, there we go. So that just has to get extended all the way out over there. So just draw a line like this over here.
You have to keep moving it because it's still looking straight.
Yeah, I'll get to that.
I'm just watching you do this, and I'm just thinking about like Miyamoto and people like that. How much it must have been a pain in the ass to make pixel art.
Oh, like way back when? Yeah.
Yeah, back in like '86 or whatever.
Yeah, they probably had to program, like, they probably had to program the pixels in or something like that. Probably some, like, super difficult stuff to do. Like, they didn't have, like, an editor like this, you know?
I know. Well, I think they had to like hand draw it on graph paper and then try to emulate it on the computer, right?
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, it must have been a nightmare. Yeah, I don't know
Did you
about
hear?
this
Oh
one.
yeah. By the way, did you hear about that massive Nintendo leak?
Yeah, I did.
It was kind of crazy because the dude who made Star Fox corroborated it because he was making like he made some tools, and it's just crazy to think of like if you needed a tool, you had to make it.
Hmm.
It wasn't like you just like like you have an image editing tool for Pico 8. Imagine you had to make the tool in order to like do this.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there is like some type of editor that they were using for Pico 8. Some type of like
But like, yeah, no, they were showing they were gonna make a 2D remake of Zelda 2 for Super Nintendo, which looked kind of wild. How do you feel about that, by the way? Because there's people who have like total mixed feelings about the whole thing. Because on one hand, like a super secreted company, you got some insight into a super secreted company. But on the other hand, it's like it was never meant for the public, right?
hmm
They wanted to just show you their finished product and that was it. So like I don't know. So like were we like meant to see it?
probably. I mean, it's there, so no, we weren't like they didn't intend for us to see it, but
It was clearly stolen. At the whoever gets caught is going to federal pound me in the ass prison. But like
I don't know. That's a good question. Did they didn't intend to see it, but should we have seen it? We did, like, if yeah, I didn't look at it, but if we did look at it, we saw it. So
I mean I mean obviously I'm not going through terabytes worth of data. Other people could do that kind of stuff, but I saw some of the highlights.
yeah, which were
Um, no, they had um, they had sprite art for like they were going to make like a 16-bit version of Zelda 2, which I don't know if you ever played Zelda 2. That's like
yes,
that
I've
one
seen
game
that
that
one.
yeah, that's like the one game that either people like love or hate from the
Yeah.
series.
hmm
I played it, I beat it. I I thought it was interesting. I don't Is it better than like Link to the Past? Absolutely not, but I think they had Luigi and Mario 64 also.
Yes, I heard about that. Yeah, I heard. I think I read this article, but
I
I
mean,
didn't look.
they also had leaked emails and stuff too, which I'm not about that life, but seeing concept art's cool.
Yeah, what was cool?
I said seeing concept art is cool.
Oh, yeah. All right, how's that? That's better.
I guess I need to see it zoomed out a bit. Did you kind of give it a face?
Yeah, not really.
Raindrops, drop tops. So speaking of Nintendo, so I have like a $20 Nintendo eShop gift card, and I'm having a hard time deciding what to spend on it. So I don't know how much you know about the way the Switch eShop works.
hmm
Um, they don't like it's not like the Wii eShop where they sell Nintendo games. You have to get the Nintendo Online thing to get access to like the Nintendo games. So that's $20 a year, and it's a $20 card, so that's one option. So effectively, I get a year worth of Nintendo Super Nintendo games, of course, with like Panel de Pon,
Hmm.
which is obviously, well, that is collectively our shit.
Yeah.
Um, and then of course Mario and stuff. I mean, obviously $20 a year is way better than $5 a game for a Nintendo game at this point.
Yeah.
Um, or I could get some indie games. My problem is Nintendo's not big on future proofing.
Yep.
So would it be better for me to get it on Steam or convenience factor of being able to play it portable
Oh man,
and
that's
paying slightly more for a game that I'm most likely going to enjoy because it got good reviews. I mean, there's a chance I won't like it because reviews aren't everything. Maybe it's just not my game. But like, what would you do?
I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. Because portable,
Yeah.
Yeah, portable.
So is it worth like paying retail costs when Steam kind of like shaped my perceptions of what retail cost is supposed to be, where a game should be $2 and not 20? Because you know what game they have? Because I know you were a Genesis guy growing up. They have Streets of Rage 4. Have you seen that game?
No, I haven't. I've heard of it, I think, but I haven't. I don't think I've seen the gameplay.
It looks so cool. So they have like updated, like kind of like anime, like very like Guilty Gears kind of looking art, right?
All right, there you go. What do you think?
Looking good. Looking
Good.
good.
All right. Okay.
The clouds look less flat, but I mean the bottom still looks a little flat, but
Yeah.
it's better. It's better for
Yeah.
sure.
All right. So let's see. Let's see. Draw building skyline. Bottom of buildings done. Make buildings look better. Less late stage capitalism. I think we got all these points down.
I also had an idea too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you plan on reaching the bottom, but like maybe there's a well.
Oh, what? A well?
Yeah. And you gotta try to make it into the well.
Maybe.
So like a thin narrow like, and like maybe you don't need it to beat the level or beat the game or whatever, but like
Mm-hmm.
you get some bonus well points,
Yeah.
or else you just just hit the ground.
I was thinking splash, like hit the ground, type thing, but like there's grass and then there's like a layer of water above it and then you like splash into the water. I was thinking
I mean, if you're doing levels though, you can make it multiple things.
possibly, as long as I don't run out of sprites. I mean, I could reorganize this and pack them in a little bit closer, but
Or you can make like a well stage, like kind of like Mario one's the like level 1 is the overworld, and then 1 2 is the underworld.
yeah.
Like make it like super narrow, and you're in a well,
Yeah, I was thinking
going down a well, and then you come out the other end, and you're in China, and you're going up.
or you're in China and you're going into, the US.
Yeah, yeah. No, you come
Whoa.
back. You come back around, and you come back to the U.S.
Mhm. Yeah, so I was thinking about something like this, where you got like grass,
Foliage, flora and fauna.
yeah, you got like grass over here, and then this is like the grass level that you're looking at, and then over here you got this like, not that, and then you got over here you got this like layer of water above, on the grass. and then like you fall in there and you splash. It's like, and it's like particle effects.
Yeah, it has to just be slow and blocky and drippy. Gotta have that drip. Gotta have that drip.
I wasn't thinking about slow and blocky as much because I hear my sound reflection in your sound, which should be getting like retransmitted, because if I hear it, then you should like hear it again. But this thing, just the title screen, like each one of those droplets is its own object, or individual droplet. So you could like control each one of them if you wanted to. They're all happen to be going in the same direction just because it's easier to program, but you could control all of them to have their own independent direction if you wanted to. And then that's what we do. That's what we do in that first stage where everything's like bouncing around. The CPU usage goes up to 2, and you could get the CPU usage to climb higher if you have like tons of those objects. But that's how it works. Save that one. I think this one. All right, let's see if this still works. But yeah, I think that's it. Like, I think that's,
That's level 1?
No. Like, we're at the end stage where our next step is to draw the steel buildings, girders.
I had an idea too. So, like, if you hit like a girder, is that just it's not an automatic end state, right? You just split it into pieces.
Well, no, you kind of lose half of your volume and you shrink down to like half of your volume. So
you know what'd be cool?
If you hit into a girder when you're below a certain volume, then you lose.
Okay, but you know what would be cool though? What if like you just split it in half into 2 raindrops, and you're controlling them both simultaneously, like kind of like symbiosis. And if you can connect back together, but it's gonna be really hard because both of your sprites are moving left and right at the same time based on your inputs.
I guess you could like bunch one up to the end, and then you could smush into it, so you'd have to just go right or something like that.
Yeah. But see, that's a better looking cloud.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. I'm happy with that. I like it. Alright, so that's draw buildings, girders to dodge, girders, steel girders to dodge, and then animate the girders. And then, yeah, so basically we have to determine like what the cutoff level is for if you hit a girder, then you splash, but then that's the end state. But then what happens is you will reset you not to the beginning, but like to a certain point up with a certain like size, because we could do that over here actually. What you could do is in the code, I could actually show you what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Where is it? There's like vertical height and negative altitude. Yeah, negative altitude, right? So we're starting at 20, but the default is 0. So we record what your negative altitude was before you hit that thing, or like at the time that you hit it. We record what your negative altitude was, and we subtract a certain amount from it, and then we set your the weight of the rain droplet over here. So like we could change this, and you just set this to whatever size weight you want, and then that changes the size of the droplet that you are. So then we like kind of set that to a certain size and set you to a different negative altitude, and then you're back up to where where you used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start going from there. So then you're going down, and then you hit into something, and then you start back up from up here, and then like you don't make it too far that time, so you start even higher. But then like you make it almost all the way down, and you hit into something else, then eventually you'll get down to the bottom. Unless we run into some type of very difficult to navigate situation where you're like too big to pass through this one area, and you can't actually make it down. So it's like very easy to either make it too easy or too hard. But the other issue,
anything that's geared towards hard, because it's probably easier to make it easier, right?
I don't know.
And it's probably harder to make something hard easy.
I don't know. Like if you look at something like Flappy Bird, that was very hard. It's probably easy to make that game hard.
Well, that was hard because of jank, right?
I don't know. And then so that was that one, and
Because
then
that wasn't like a game where you had to be like pixel perfect in order to like get through the stage.
mm-hmm. It's gonna be like that, except a little more.
Like it gives you no leeway.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that, except a little more forgiving. Actually, it's not gonna be as much like that, because that one you had to like flap and then like maintain your height to like get through. Otherwise, you would fall and hit the ground. But for this one, you could just stay in one spot and then just let the thing come up to you. So it's not going to be like that as much, but we'll see how far we get. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. There's the wait.
That's some fine ass reflection.
Yeah. He did a really good job with that reflection thing.
No. I'm probably gonna have to go soon because
Me too.
my iPad is dying.
I gotta go soon because I gotta go to sleep.
I kind of attached this to my computer, but apparently it's not charging because I don't know. It just be like that sometimes.
Yeah. Your screen sharing. Stop. Hide. So, like, I don't know. Maybe Google Meet would work better.
I've been having some issues with Google Meet. I guess in theory for like two people it should be fine. But it might not be Google's fault. It might actually be Adobe's. I've been having this issue with PDFs where they start crashing on me if I'm streaming it on Google Meet. Which is hell of annoying, if you can imagine.
Yeah.
You know what sucks though about the Twitch app on the Fire Stick is that you can't, at least as far as I can tell, you can't comment through it. So I had to like comment separately.
Oh, on the Twitch app?
Yeah, on my laptop. It's just good for streaming.
Oh, I see how to do this. Now I'm
So
just
you
playing it.
but
Yeah.
so you're thinking I should get my whatever indie game of choice I want on the Switch, or should I get Nintendo Online
Oh, I don't
and
know.
just get games I know I'm gonna like? I'll get a year of it, $20, a bunch of them.
That's a tough choice.
And I could play like whatever, like online Switch games. Even though I heard the netcode is not great, I can play Switch games online. $20 a month, that's less than a dollar. I mean $20 a year, that's less than a dollar a game. I mean a dollar a month rather. I mean, so they have, and most of these are like obvious ones. Super Nintendo, they got Mario World, they got Yoshi's Island, Mario Kart, Link to the Past, Super Metroid, um, F Zero, Stunt Race FX. They got the FX games. Pilot Wings, Kirby's Dream Land, Dream Course, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Demon Crest, Super Soccer, Y, Puyo Puyo, Brawl Brothers, Y, Earth Defense Force, Super Tennis, Joe and Mac 2, Star Fox 2, never released, Super Punch Out, Poppin' Twinbee, Donkey Kong
Twinbee was
Country,
good.
yeah, Donkey Kong Country, Wild Guns, and Panel de Pon. Nintendo, we got Metroid, okay, Mighty Bomb Jack, Twinbee for Nintendo, Soccer, Tennis, Donkey Kong, Mario, Super Mario, Balloon Fight, Ice Climbers, Dr. Mario, Mario 3. No Mario 2, apparently. Legend of Zelda. River City Ransom. Yeah. Yeah. Ghosts and Goblins, Gradius. Excite Bike, Ice Hockey. Yep. Super Dodgeball. Blaster Master. I know you were a Blaster Master guy.
Yeah, yeah. I
I can
played it a
tell
lot.
you were totally a Blaster Master guy.
I played it a lot. That was in college. I think Steve had it.
They have Punch Out featuring Mr. Dream. It's not Mike Tyson Punch Out, but okay.
I finally figured out how to get you on there.
Yeah, I saw it. I was just looking at the TV and my ass was all zoomed in. My ass was zoomed in.
Your face was
Double
zoomed in.
Double Dragon 2.
Hmm.
Kung Fu Heroes, which I actually did own for Nintendo. I don't think it was a popular game, but I liked it. Shadow the Ninja was also really good. It was like have you played Shadow the Ninjas?
Uh, no, I don't think so.
So okay, so let me give you. I should have totally been on the marketing team for this. So imagine Contra, like like the two-player simultaneous co-op of Contra, but with Ninja Gaiden.
Hmm.
So imagine like two ninjas running simultaneously. So you didn't have guns; you had like chains and swords and stuff.
What game was this called?
It was called Shadow of the Ninja.
I think
Look it up. It's like a mix between Ninja Gaiden. It's like
you're
Contra.
saying it, but and I'm like, it sounds like I played a game like that.
It's so they have like chains and swords and stuff. So it's like I'm saying, it's like a mix of Castlevania and Gaiden, but like co-op. Ninja Gaiden, rather.
Wow, that's insane. That's nuts. It looks good.
It's for a Nintendo game, it looks really good. And also, did I accurately describe it with my sales pitch?
Yeah, you did.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah, it makes me want to play it now.
No, it's good. It's definitely one of the unsung heroes of the Nintendo era,
Hmm.
for sure.
Yeah.
For show. Did you ever beat Cuphead?
No, no, I'm still pretty much, I think, where we left off. I think the last time I played it was with you. I don't know if we should do like a Cuphead,
See,
tournament thing.
I could get Cuphead on Switch. I don't
Hmm.
know if it has crossplay. Um, I was playing, and I can't remember what the game is called. It was pretty fun. You know Behemoth, the guys who make Castle Crashers and stuff.
Uh, no.
You know about Castle Crashers?
Now I gotta look this one up too. Hang on.
How you not know about Castle Crashers?
I've never seen this one before.
It's pretty old. It was like 360 era.
Hmm.
I was playing Battle Box Theater, which was like Castle Crashers meets like Little Big Planet, I suppose.
Hmm.
They also their first game was that, remember that Flash game Alien Hominid? I
I
think
think
that was
so.
their yeah, I think that was their very first game. Might have been the best Flash game ever made, possibly.
Cool. All right, I gotta go to sleep
All
because
right.
I'm tired. We have one viewer. Good night, everybody. I think that's you, probably.
It's totally me.
All right. Oh,
Okay, so I just hit home. So tell me if the viewer goes away.
no, I don't think it goes below one.
Hmm. C'est la vie. All right.
Yeah.
Peace.
See ya.